Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron and I help people expand their consciousness. Now on this video, I'll be sharing with you how to retrain your mind to attract what you want in your life. Now this video will involve a technique that can allow you to change your self-image for who you are, to really change and not procrastinate anymore, and then to develop powerful habits for you to be who you prefer to be. Now this technique is something that I've applied that has really changed so many different aspects of my life. Anytime that there's something that I know I should do that I am not doing, I use this technique and it works every single time. And once you get into the pattern of using it, it becomes very easy to do. So this video is going to be a mix of understanding the law of attraction, but also understanding a tool that has to do with neuroscience. It's a tool that we can use that's more on the personal development side of the coin, but understand that combining these two can really dramatically change the way that you are and the way you define yourself. So first off, understand that our self-identity, for the way we view ourselves, for our self-image, is constantly keeping us in a box, and that the things we repetitively do, the things we repetitively think, are constantly being entrained in a certain way of thinking based upon the way we view ourselves and the self-identity that we have. Now understand that one of the most powerful forces there is this force within us to remain consistent to the way we define ourselves. So if we define ourselves as somebody that's just very quiet and not able to talk to people, we will always remain in that little box that we've created for ourselves. And when we become aware of those perspectives, we become aware that we are viewing ourselves that way, that is one of the ways that we can allow ourselves to then have that awareness and then choose if we want to change part of that equation. Now with this whole process, realize that when it comes to our identity, the best way to crack out of it and to start to open up the realms of our possibilities for what we can experience is by taking action and doing things that we haven't done before and really challenging the prior ways of thinking that we have that exists within that box. So if we always realize that we're just a shy person that doesn't really know how to talk to people, and there's nothing wrong with being an introvert, but I'm talking about maybe if you don't like talking to people because of that self-image or that box that we've created, what we can then learn to do is to break outside of that box with the technique that I'm going to share with you. You can use it for things as simple as something I've used it for, which is when you wake up in the morning and you want to go back to bed for 10 or 15 or 30 minutes. What you learn to do is this technique, and it works very well. You can use it when you're choosing the grocery store what you're about to eat, or you're at a restaurant. You can use this technique to pick the healthier item if your goal is to have a certain self-image about, how you want to be physically. You can use it for any of that. Now this technique I'm going to share with you is from Mel Robbins, who wrote a book called The 5-Second Rule. It's a very good book. I got the audiobook version of it, and I listen to it when I'm at the gym, or I've listened to it in the car. And the main idea behind it is this. The neuroscience behind it is that anytime we want or we think that we should do something else, we have about a 5-second window before our brain will talk us out of it. Now the idea is that our self-image, the way that we view ourselves and the box that we've created for ourselves, once the analysis starts to commentate on whatever we think we should do, 5 seconds is all it takes for that comfort zone to be reinserted on us and for us not to take the action. So maybe you are getting up and you hear your alarm clock and you push the snooze button. You have 5 seconds before you will talk yourself in to going back to bed, and they argue it could be even shorter than that. But the idea is that that 5-second window, if there's something you can do to make it so that you just take action and you just decide to, that's where the power is, and this is the technique right here. In that 5 seconds, what you can do is you can count down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just take action with whatever it is. Now the idea is that as we do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, what we do is we then start to focus our mind away from the analytical thinking, and as we then go down to 1 and we simply make the decision we're going to get up, what we do is we start to entrain ourselves towards acting outside of that little box that we've created for ourselves. So the idea is that we are then acting inconsistent to that little box that we've created, to that self-image that we have, and we start to then change the way that we view ourselves. Now, they've also showed in neuroscience, and even just in science in general, that the very beginning process for anything of this, for doing something new, for creating a habit, is when it costs like the most energy, of when it takes the most energy for us. Now, you can relate this to going to the gym, for example. When you first start going to the gym and you haven't gone in a long time, the first week or two of going, it may seem very hard to do. But once you get into the habit of it and your body just has it on autopilot and your mind just has it on autopilot, it becomes a part of who you are, and it becomes very easy to do. I don't have to think about, do I want to go to the gym or not? It's just simply something I do every day. Now, in the same way, the process of this and the power of this is knowing that as you begin to use this technique, it will become much easier because it becomes something you're patterned to. Your brain starts to know what to do when it hears you think in your mind 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you just simply start to take the action. So it's really just a decision. Now, you can use this when it comes to procrastination. Maybe you have a project that you have to do for school. Maybe you have something to do for work that you've been like lugging behind on. Simply when you know that you should be doing something and you even have the thought 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and decide to do it. As you do it, this technique gets easier and easier, and as you begin to act incongruent for the little self-image that we all have around ourselves, that's when we then start to expand ourselves and we start to open up new opportunities for what we create. Now, most of what we think, and we think on average, they say between 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, most 90% of them or more are on autopilot from the day before. Now, the best part about this process is if we continue to do those autopilot thoughts over and over again, which statistically it shows that we will, and we remain in that box, we will create the same effects in our life. We will attract to ourselves the same things over and over again based upon that same continuous thinking. Now, the best part about this is as we begin to do these new things, we will then open up possibilities for us. We will open up and bring in opportunities for us that wouldn't have been there before. So this can really allow you to attract what you want in your life, because as you begin to re-identify yourself for who you are and that self-image, you begin to expand it, new opportunities will come into your life. You'll be really shedding the old self-image, shedding the old habits, and you'll then be allowed to be who you want to be. So understand you can apply this towards getting up in the morning. I've applied it towards getting up in the morning when I know I should be eating something healthier, when I know I could like create a video like right now. I just want to get it over with and do it because it's something that I know that as I get into the flow of it, it gets easier. And as I've been doing these videos now for over like 100 and probably 30, 40 days or something like that, it's just a part of who I am. It's a simple decision. You can make that decision for yourself into doing whatever you want to do. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and try it. Give it a go. It gets easier as you go and it will change everything about you. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next vid. Peace, much love, namaste. All right, bye.